Welcome to ATF Hydrographics and another edition of our bi-weekly video series called Just the Tip, where we cut out all the boring stuff so that we can give you guys great tips and tricks for how you can become a better DIY hydro dipper at home. In today's video, I'm going to be answering a question that I've been getting a ton lately, and that is, do you have to paint before you dip something? Or is it okay to dip to whatever coating that I already have on my part? Well, stick around because I'm going to answer that question and tell you all about it. Today's video is brought to you in part by One Hit Wonder Paint Company. If you're shopping for your first hydro dipping kit, something that you want to do at home, or you have a kit already and you're just frustrated because it's not working correctly, you need to step up to the paint that we use right here at ATF Hydrographics, which is OHW. One Hit Wonder, or OHW for short, has an awesome do-it-yourself dip kit that they have put together that you can buy right on their website. Their paints are amazing. We use them all the time. They stick to everything you could think of: bone, glass, metal, aluminum, plastic. It works great. And the best part is, there's no primer needed, ever. If you'd like to get your hands on one of their dip kits or any of their other really cool products, make sure you stick around all the way to the end of the video because I'm gonna tell you how you can get your hands on some with a discount. And who doesn't like saving money? That's awesome. So this question has been coming in through DMs and emails and comments like a ton lately. So we're gonna cover it in today's video. I'm gonna answer all your questions about it. So the question usually goes something like this. I've got this item. Let's just use this cup, for example. It's the color that I want it, or it looks the way that I want it. I just want to be able to dip a pattern over the top of it. Can I use the hydrographics film and activator, activate the film, and just dip straight to this part? And the answer is no. Yes, maybe. It really depends. I'll explain this in the easiest terms that I possibly can. So this stuff is hydro dipping film. This is what you see us use on the channel all the time. It only sticks to two things. One is going to be paint, specifically hydro dipping paint, because that's what it's made for. If you haven't seen our video on what paint you should be using, I'll leave a link to it right up here. We just did it a few days ago and it covers everything you need to know about the paints used for hydro dipping. The only other thing that film will stick to without being painted first is ABS plastic. And ABS plastic is what all these things are made out of. These are speed shapes, and what they're designed to do is just to give me something easy and cheap, and they're just really cheap pieces of ABS plastic. They're really thin. What they're designed to do is give me something that I can dip to for practice or to test out a new film, or like I use them for displays. But not everything I dip is white ABS plastic, so I like to paint them first. And hydro dipping film actually sticks better to hydro dipping paint instead of just ABS plastic, just saying. So if you want to get this to stick to something like this, you got to paint it first. Since this is not made out of ABS plastic, this is stainless steel. But never fear, I may or may not know a paint company that might be able to help you out with something like this. Let's go check that out. So let's just say you've got this really cool car part and you want to hydro dip it, but you like the color that it is already. You don't want to paint it. Well, One Hit Wonder has got you covered. They make this stuff called clear intercoat. Basically, in simplest terms, it is paint with no color. So it gives you the ability to paint over a part that you already like the color of, and it will stick to it, and then you can hydro dip to this clear intercoat. All you would need to do with your part is take it, give it a light scuff with a gray Scotch-Brite pad, not scuff through the paint that you already have so that you don't ruin the color, but just enough to give the clear intercoat something to stick to. And then you spray your clear intercoat just like you would any kind of normal paint, 2 to 3 light coats, and then it's ready to be dipped. Now hold on just a second before you run out to your garage and grab your Rubbermaid tote and try to go dip something real quick. Just calm down. We got a few more things to cover. While the OHW Clear Intercoat is a great product and has a bunch of really good uses, there are some things that it does not work on. The first one you need to know about, and I get asked this all the time, is chrome. The reason chrome is shiny is because it is super slick. Hardly anything sticks to it. In order to get hydro dipping paint or clear intercoat to stick to chrome, you would have to scuff it so much that it would no longer be shiny, making it a moot point to try to dip it in the first place because it's no longer going to be shiny. It's going to be dull chrome with scratch marks all over it. Your other two no-nos are going to be raw or polished aluminum and glass. Aluminum is a really hard substrate to get paint to stick to anyways, and it requires it to be scuffed really well and really clean before you try to apply anything to it. And glass is much like chrome. If you scuff glass and try to get clear intercoat to spray over the top of it, all you're going to wind up with is a foggy looking glass when you get done. It won't be clear and see-through. The other one that's a little bit tricky but is doable is stainless steel. Like these tumblers that are super popular these days, they're made out of stainless steel. The thing with stainless is you can scuff it and put the clear intercoat over the top of it, and it doesn't so much dull the stainless steel, but you can see all of the scratch marks in it. So when you scuff this with your Scotch-Brite pad, make sure that you scuff it one way, and then your final scuff all needs to be in the same direction, kind of like these stainless steel cups. They go kind of spiral like this. You need to make sure you're scuffing in that direction, or else it's going to look a little goofy when you've got swirly marks and sideways marks and up and down marks and all kinds of different stuff. You'll have much better luck for permanent adhesion if you paint it first, but if you just want to keep that stainless steel look, you can get away with using the clear intercoat. Now, one area of hobby / crafting that I get asked about dipping to all the time is these right here, these glitter epoxy cups. These things are super popular. I know a bunch of people are doing these, and I get asked about, can you dip to epoxy? And the answer is no, yes. If you don't know what no yes means, let me explain. No, you cannot dip straight to epoxy, but you can clear intercoat over the top of it and then dip to the intercoat. So what you would do is you would glitter this thing like normal, put it on your turner, get your epoxy on it, let it completely cure out, fully dry, and then you can lightly scuff your epoxy, spray a couple of coats of clear intercoat over the top of it, and dip to the clear intercoat and still have your glitter. But if you make these glitter cups and you're wanting to dip to them, I'll let you in on a little secret that will save you a bunch of time. So One Hit Wonder actually makes a paint that is full of glitter, except in the hydro dipping world, we don't call it glitter, we call it metallic. And I'm telling you right now, the metallic colors that OHW has to offer will rival your best glitter job on the planet. Now, the metallic colors will save you time because you don't have to worry about putting the glitter on, covering it in epoxy, and waiting hours and hours and hours for that epoxy to sit on that little turner and dry, because we all know that's boring and it takes forever. And you don't have to be limited to one color. You can actually do an ombre style where you do one color on top, one color on the bottom, or you can do multiple colors. Here's a little video out in the sunlight of one of the cups that I did for a customer in several different colors of metallic. And they even come in little spray cans like this, so you don't have to have a full hydro dipping setup like I do here in this shop. If all you want to do is glitter tumblers, you can do this, dip right over the top of it in a Rubbermaid container, and really impress some folks. Not to mention I got that $5 off coupon code down in the description section, because if you ain't using that, you just, what is wrong with you? People love saving money. $5 off, come on now. Now, one last thing I want to cover about using clear intercoats. If you are going to clear intercoat over something that is already black, you're going to be very limited on what patterns you can use. Most of these patterns that you see up on the wall have a ton of black ink in them. So if you try to dip black ink over something that's already black, you're not going to be able to see it. Things like this silver marble work great over really dark colors or black. And the reason is because the only color ink in this film is silver. The purple that you're seeing on the Speed Shape is actually metallic paint. And it's that OHW purple metallic. Woo-wee, that thing got some bling bling to it, don't it? So there you go. Now you know when you can hydro dip over something and when you can't hydro dip over something and when you need to use clear intercoat. So I'm going to roll those bloopers here for you in just a second, but don't forget to check out our channel sponsors. I've got links to them down in the description box below. You got One Hit Wonder, Freedom Line Products, a bunch of great people, and I would certainly appreciate it if you would go check them out. Oh, and the discount codes are down there as well. Who doesn't love saving money? That's it for this one. Let's roll the bloopers. Dipping over an exacting code. Really? Stuff and just give you guys at home, but normally I just use paint because that's what I want it to look like, is a painted something with a something and something. Squirrel. Just give you guys great tips and tricks for how that's not proper English at all. Now, who's texting me? Like, I'm in the middle of filming. Text me later. Dipping paint or intercoat.